What's up, everybody? Welcome to College Football Chatter, a part of the Bama Standard Network. As you guys can see here, we got Stephen M. Smith. Welcome to the show, brother.
Doing good, Jonathan, man. How you feeling?
Another good day, man. Talking football. So, and more importantly, what we're going to be talking about, actually, let me bring this up and put it on the screen, is can Bama flip Tank Jones? This is something I've been talking about for the past couple of days with a multitude of people. But Stephen M., I want to give you a couple of points on this, and I'm really going to let you take this over. There's a multitude of reasons I'm going to give you that I think Tank Jones will flip to Alabama, or at least have a strong possibility of flipping. And here they are. Number one, he's from Mobile, Alabama. 2,113 miles away is where he is, basically the distance he would be in Eugene from Mobile. Number two, he has visited Alabama 10 plus times, right? So obviously being in Mobile, closer to Tuscaloosa, that is reason number two. Number three, NIL estimated value here, and this is per on three, is 422,000. We don't know the specifics, but we've heard over and over again that these NIL packages were mirrored. And I have to think that, look, the man with the plan is going to possibly take over and lead this recruiting. And I'm talking about Courtney Morgan, right? Courtney Morgan, you don't have to bring out the big guns, possibly obviously leading with Kane Womack, whatever that may look like. And number three, or number four, really, Alabama has had 3 edges drafted in the past 5 years and 44 total. Oregon has had 30 total, right? And just, I believe, 2 edges drafted in the past 5 years. Give me your take on that, Stephen M., and whether or not we could possibly flip Tank Jones to Bama.
I like the take that you bring there, Jonathan. I also add in this. I think Alabama can flip Tank Jones also for this reason. You look at the guys currently on the Alabama roster from the state. You look at a Ryan Williams. Ryan Williams is going to play a major part in this. You look at a Red Morgan who's on the roster from Alabama. You look at a Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. on the roster from Alabama. You look at a Quay Russaw, a Yanze Pierre, a James Smith. You know, all these guys I'm listing, they are Alabama natives. They are from this state. When you get an Alabama offer and you're from the state of Alabama, it is a big deal. It's a monumental deal. And it's all about securing the state. And not just that. I go back to Sedarian Morgan. I go back to Xavier Crowell. I go back to a couple of other guys that are already committed for this 2026 class from this state. You don't think these guys are in Tank's ear saying, bro, don't do it. Don't go to Oregon, bro. You from home, you homegrown talent. Stay home, bro. We got them special. We finna brew up, bro. Stay home and be a part of something special we are about to brew up here. So even with, and I mentioned the last time, even with Oregon securing the initial commitment, it's not over. Bama is still fighting. Bama is still in play. Courtney Morgan is still in play. Kalen DeBoer is still in play. These coaches are still in play. Tank Jones is a priority, and they're going to be on this young man up until National Signing Day when pen hits the paper.
No doubt. So I just want to get on here and get your take, make a quick video on this, guys. We're not here to take up too much time, but make sure to leave in the comments, guys, if you're watching this video, what you guys think about this. Will Tank Jones flip? And look, I know there's a lot of bitterness from the Alabama fans because Tank Jones did not commit. And guys, the reality is you can't get them all, right? And at the end of the day, Oregon did what they needed to do, right? They won out initially, kind of like you said. Tosh Lapoy, Dan Lanning did what they did last year with Omar, the cornerback that was initially pretty much locked into Ohio State, ended up flipping to Oregon at the last minute. Very similar situation here. That does not mean, like we keep talking about, Courtney Morgan can put together this staff, right, to go after him full court press, like you said last time, and get him to flip. But any last words before we get off here?
I tell people this all the time, and you're not going to get everybody. Yep. Of course, you want to get as many top guys, as many of the number one guys at their position or in the state. You're not going to get everybody. And let's just say, for example, if Alabama doesn't get Tank Jones, but it ends up getting much of the state and recruiting, do not hold Kalen DeBoer's head under a chopping piece. Don't do that. If you don't get Tank Jones, it shouldn't become, oh, DeBoer couldn't get this one, and he was a big one. And no, if he ends up getting the mass majority of the state in recruiting and you miss on Tank Jones, okay. But I still feel like with Courtney Morgan and the staff, they're going to find a way somehow to flip Tank late in this recruiting cycle.
No doubt. Guys, like I said, make sure to leave in the comments on what you guys think about this. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump off here and make sure to remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Bama Standard Network. Make sure to follow me at Bama Fan Podcast. Make sure to follow Stephen M. Smith at Coaching M. Smith. And last but not least, as always, we're going to mention this. Make sure to visit BamaStandard.com as Stephen M. Smith constantly puts out pieces, articles, and good stuff like that. Other than that, everybody have a good day. And as always, guys, roll Tide.
Roll on, baby.